sadhyatmanam yadichasi nripasanam tapassaratya purusham tasyaivanugrahaname garbhe tvam sadhayatmanam yadichasi nripasanam. Would some devotee like to chant the verse, please?
तपसारात्य पुरुषां तस्यैवानुग्रहेण मे गर्भे त्वं सात्यात्मानं यदीच्छसि नृपासनम्.
Thank you, Mataji. Synonyms, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Synonyms: Tapasa, austerities; Aradhya, having satisfied; Purusham, the Supreme Personality of Godhead; Tasya, by His; Eva, only; Anugrahane, by the mercy of; Me, me; Garbhe, in the womb; Tvam, you; Sadhaya, place; Atmanam, yourself; Yadi, if; Ichhasi, if you desire; Nripasanam, on the throne of the king. Translation: if you at all desire to rise to the throne of the king, then you have to undergo severe austerities. First of all, you must satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, and then, when you are favored by him because of such worship, you shall have to take your next birth from my womb. Purport. Suruchi was so envious of Dhruva Maharaj that she indirectly asked him to change his body. According to her, first of all, he had to die, then take his next body in her womb, and only then it would be possible for Dhruva Maharaj to ascend to the throne. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parichana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishnabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedant Amin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, this chapter is going to be talking what the essence of this entire chapter is, that how even a material desire that a person has can be purified and one can get the highest reward, so to say, through devotional austerity and Krishna's mercy. So when I was preparing for this class, this is the Kartik month going on, and we understand the two fingers short principle. Mother Yashoda, with her endeavor, determination, effort, she doesn't give up. No matter the rope keeps falling short, she keeps adding, she keeps adding. She doesn't give up. She's perspiring, she's tired, she's panting. She doesn't give up. And then Krishna, seeing her state, allows himself to get bound by ropes of Mother Yashoda's love. So, similarly, over here, 2 points are raised. One is the endeavor, austerity. Austerity is an endeavor. But here the word used is devotional austerity. Devotional austerity means anything devotional is where the purpose, intent, and the benefit is for Krishna's pleasure. Everyone does austerity, going to office, sitting in traffic, whatever. There are so many. Life is not simple. Life is complicated. But in spite of that, you go through it. Why? Because you're getting something in return. So similarly, when your devotional austerity one performs for the pleasure of Krishna, then that evokes his mercy. So over here, we heard yesterday that Tatre Prabhu, he was in his class, he mentioned the level of austerity that Dhruva Maharaj underwent. And that's how Krishna appeared in front of him. Hare Krishna. So Suruchi, the stepmother, she speaks really harsh to a innocent boy, a kid. I mean, whenever we see a young one of any, whether it's a human child or even the puppy of a dog or a little kitten, whatever it is, or even we see little calves, so sweet they look. There's a natural affection, that emotion that one experiences when they see little kid. But over here, Mother Suruchi, she is in a different mood altogether. So all he wants to do, the child wants to climb on his father's lap, but Mother Surushi chastises him in a harsh way. Now, what she says is correct according to the Shastra. You have to undergo austerity. You have to give up this body. But for what? To take womb, to take birth in my womb. Not that you're going to another destination, to take both in my womb. And then he'll give you mercy. So over here, there is another instruction that we can get from this is we may speak the Shastra, we may speak what Guru is telling, we may speak um, what the Vaishnavas that we have heard, we receive all these instruction, but that intent behind is very important. If we do it to get fame, oh, he gives such nice pravachan, and then that is not correct. When we are sharing Krishna consciousness, we should always be Krishna conscious in the mood of a servant of the servant of the servant. I have received something very, very special and I want to share it with you. I'm not on a position of, I'm not higher than you. Of course, out of respect, the speaker is on a Vyasasana. That is the people who are listening to him, their respect which they are affording. And it is to the Guru, he representing the Guru Parampara all the way to Krishna. So that is the honor the person receives. It's not for him personally. I remember in my early days of ISKCON, when I joined, we had gone to Mayapur Yatra with my Guru Maharaj Radhanath Swami. And I used to see early morning, there were so many sannyasis. And everyone, when they're passing, everyone is falling on the floor and offering obeisance. Everyone offering on the floor and obeisances. So I'm saying, why is this going on? What is happening? I asked one, I forget who that Swami was. I asked him, I said, Maharaj, everyone is offering you obeisances, everyone is doing this pranam to you. How do you maintain? Doesn't it affect your ego? I mean, it was an innocent question. He started laughing. He says, I don't take it. They're not offering to me. Whatever they're offering, I'm offering it up It's going up to Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara all the way to Krishna. It's not to me. So that is the mood in which we have to share our Krishna consciousness. When Nityanand Prabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he would go out begging people, please, please chant the holy name, they would go with straw in their teeth, so humble. So this is what we have. Even if we are speaking about Shastra, our intent, our intent has to be that it's not that I'm superior to you, I know more than you. Just listen to what I'm telling you. Everyone is telling everyone what to do. Correct? We want to live our life the way we want to live, but everyone tells everyone what to do that way. But over here, when Suruchi, so the point which I'm making, dear devotees, is that though Mother Suruchi was um, giving an instruction which, according to the Shastra, is correct, however, that intent is not. So here is one instruction that we can listen. So, what is the essence of this particular verse that we just read? What Prabhupada is explaining is that there are two uh, mindsets that you have. One is an envious mindset, which is Mother Suruchi, and there is an innocent person, devotee, Dhruva Maharaj. So she's using spiritual language to justify her hatred. Many a times we can fall in this trap. And I remember in the early days of when we were forming ICNJ and we had a property in Old Bridge and Madhupati Prabhu, Devkinandan Prabhu, and quite a few other devotees. And there used to be another devotee who would come. And from Mumbai, Mahaprabhu Prabhu was also there. Like as a senior Vaishnav, he was guiding us. So it was a group discussion, so to say. And everyone was making their points. Oh, it should be like this, it should be like that, whatever that was going on. So there was this one devotee, he kept saying, making a point, and to prove his point, he kept saying, Prabhupada said this, Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada. Now, of course, Prabhupada is an authority, correct? So when you say Prabhupada said this, then it kind of, what more can you say beyond that? And he kept saying this, Prabhupada said this, Prabhupada said that. And whatever points he was making, he was justifying it by Prabhupada said this and that. Mahaprabhu listened patiently for a while. Finally, he said, listen, Prabhupada has said 10,000 things, but in what context it has been spoken is important. So, all the points which you're saying is correct, but the context. So, that is also very important. Mataji was saying, scripturally correct, but what to justify hatred. So, Dhruva Maharaj, though his heart was hurt, it was an opportunity to turn towards God, to turn towards Krishna rather than resentment. Because what happens in typical human transactions, if there is friction, then there is that reaction immediately, like a knee jerk reaction. Something happens, there is a reaction. That reaction can either be verbal, that reaction can be physical, or that reaction worse could be mental. Mental remains on and on and on and on. Oh, why did he speak to me like that? Oh, why this happened? What have I done? And it keeps eating. It keeps eating. So, resentment, Dalai Lama had said, resentment or it is revenge, same negative emotions, anger, hatred is like holding a piece of burning coal in your hand and you're not letting go it. It's like holding that piece of coal burning. It's a negative thing. It burns. It burns into everything. It burns into our well-being. It burns into our mental well-being. It burns into our spiritual well-being. So when that comes, just throw it. In Hindi, there is a saying that gussa ko thuk do. How one spits, correct? Something is stuck in your throat. What you'll do, you'll expel it, you'll spit it out. Gussa ko. So all these negative things like resentment and all, spit it out. So Dhruva Maharaj, instead of having resentment, he turned to Krishna, Hare Krishna. So there are two things, again, to repeat, to advance in life. Advance in life means there can also be artha, the economic or the physical advancement. the gross and subtle body advancement, for which you need money, position, status, and all. That is fine. Nothing wrong with it. Correct? Don't get stuck in it. Use that also in Krishna's service, instructions that we get. So, to advance in life, dear devotees, it is only possible, even material, is only possible through His grace, Hare Krishna. And that, again, the mercy comes through tapasya and devotion, Hare Krishna. So, everyone does tapasya. There's nobody who doesn't do tapasya. Everyone is doing tapasya, but they're doing tapasya for themselves, to get something for themselves and extensions of themselves, family, country, religion, this, that, and all that. However, that same, if you're putting the endeavors, just switch it over, it goes to a better path. Hare Krishna. So here is a quote I found. Suruchi Mata's intention was cruel. She was indirectly, she guided Dhruva towards bhakti yoga. And Prabhupada often says, even an enemy can become an instrument in Krishna's plan. How nice this saying is. So, uh, everyone can contribute in some way or the other to our development in spiritual life. Hare Krishna. So, in this purport, there are two aspects. There is something which is the poison, and there is something which is the medicine. Then Suruchi Mataji's envy made her speak like this. And not so, yeah. So we know the story that Dhruva uh, wanted to sit on his father's lap, but she didn't want that privilege to happen to someone else. My son should only sit on, only my sense is entitled towards that. So the sense of entitlement can bring about all these negative emotions, like we say ki mera hak hai ye. There's no hak. The only hak you have is dasa dasa dasanudas. Beyond that, there is no other um, entitlement one person has. Now, position, status, etc., fame automatically brings about some entitlement. But we should remember what that Sannyasi Maharaj had said, that this is not for me, this is for Krishna. And the moment we start thinking that entitlement, because any disturbance that happens to that entitlement, oh, I'm a senior devotee, but when the arti was offered to Prabhupada and it goes to the rest of the devotees, it went to somebody else and not me. So that kind is uh, not healthy to one's spiritual development. Hare Krishna. So another quote, what Prabhupada said, when insulted or mistreated, a devotee should take it as Krishna's mercy and an opportunity for spiritual growth. So, what in essence this verse is saying is envy destroys spiritual life, austerity and worship restores it. So, dear devotees, we should keep this in mind, and there will be any number of opportunities in our life where these things can happen, where we can hurt people intentionally, unintentionally, or we get hurt intentionally or unintentionally. But do not have these negative feelings. Just look at it as that this is Krishna's plan. God is having, what can I learn? What do I get out of this? What can I learn? How can it help me get closer? So the Goswamis have said, do things which are favorable to bring you closer. Reject whatever is taking you further away. So if something is bringing me closer to Krishna, I should adopt it. So it's just a matter of a mindset. If someone has insulted me, how can I look at it that it will bring me closer? Amanadina amananena manadina kirtaniya sadahari. Offer respects to all, don't expect any respect. So all these things which we hear, we memorize, we know, we appreciate. There are opportunities every day, moment to moment, for us to actually put it into practice. So, another final point is there are two uh, things that we hear words, jealousy and envy. These are the two aspects, jealousy and envy. Jealousy is basically, I wish I had what you have, so, and there is envy, I can't tolerate you having it. It's burning you. So somebody buys a new car, your neighbor, and if you're envious that every time you see him get into his car, it burns you up. Jealousy is, oh, I wish what you had. He has a car, I have. And in fact, the entire consumerism society is going on this principle of jealousy and envy. The jealousy is called that keeping up with the Joneses. And people go crazy. They go crazy. From womb to tomb, they are in debt because they're trying to keep up. They're trying to keep up. And there'll always be someone who's better than you, and there's always someone worse off with you. In fact, our last Sunday class to the children, Sunday school, is this particular aspect we were talking about. Don't compare yourselves to others. Don't compare yourself to others. If there is someone doing better than you, it should be an inspiration, not jealousy or not envy. Oh, this person has this particular skill. What can I use to develop it? Again, the central point is for Krishna and Krishnas. Or if somebody is not as well as you, what can I do to uplift that person? And if at all we have to compete with ourselves. Yesterday I could chant one round properly. Let me try 2 rounds today properly. So always try a betterment, for look inside and try betterment, not outside. When we try outside, all these things happen. Jealousy and envy. Jealousy is mixed with a sense of admiration, and hatred. Envy is mixed with hatred and resentment. So, in one way, jealousy can motivate self improvement. It can. However, envy destroys the peace of mind. And when the mind is as it is disturbed, what bhakti, what practices, what sadhana can a person do? Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, this is what uh, I have prepared. And of course, all these things we hear, these are nice things to hear. Important is to put into practice. And we have a Sangha, Vaishnav Association. Very important. We don't realize the value of what Vaishnav Sangha is, because there is this saying, familiarity breeds contempt. The closer you get to the person, you see all the faults in that person, uh, because you are now more intimate. And then this thing of comparison comes in. Oh, I'm better than this person in that aspect, or whatever be that case. This person doesn't do it properly, or whatever. But that Sangha is a kavach, it's a protection. Few days back, we had the opportunity for Damodar Leela, people invite, correct? They're not from a temple. Um, so it was kind of a religious program. And we had gone there, and Mataji, Satyabama Mataji, and her kids came, they did nice kirtan. And then later on, after the class, one Mataji asked me a question that Achyutam, what is the meaning of Achyutam? Now, I misspoke. For instead of Achyutam giving the meaning, I gave something else. And then later on, very nicely, Mataji told the right meaning of Achyutam. And then later, I was reflecting on this, that in absence of a Vaishnav Sangha, the mistakes that we make cannot be corrected. We'll continue. And not only that, the mistake which I made, there were so many others. They would also continue with that meaning of, what Achyutam. It's a very small little thing. And even the manner in which Mataji made the point, it wasn't as correcting, you rascal, you're speaking like this, what nonsense, something like that. Very nicely, because afterwards Mataji spoke, encouraging people to chant, etc. And that's when I was reflecting on this. See, this is what Vaishnav Sangha does. Not only it helps us, if accidentally or whatever, if someone is straying off, correct? It's brought back in. Plus the encouragement and this inspiration one gets to follow. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, if anyone has a question or a realization or a correction, you could please unmute and share it. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice points you mentioned. I was just meditating like, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam. So, if somebody is chastising or sometimes out of jealousy, they say something. But if we take it like how you said, if we take it positive way, even Suniti, when he was crying through Maharaj, and she said, "Don't say anything to your stepmother. It's not her fault. It is because of our karma." Like that, if we think if somebody chastising, we feel that out of jealousy they are saying something. But if we take like maybe Krishna is through his mind, through her mind, through her voice, her words, maybe trying to give some instruction to improve ourselves. If we take in that way, then we can really progress in spiritual thing. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for very nice class. Hari.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada. Very good. If nobody has any other question or a realization, over to you, Madhupati Prabhu.
Haribol. Done? Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji. It's 1 minute.
Jai. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead and a festive week ahead. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jai Jai Nrsimha, Prahlade, Jai
Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bhringam.
Ugra Veera
Ugra Veera Mahavishnu Jalantam
Bhadrang, Vishnu Bhadram, Vishnu
Vishnu Bhadram Vitam Namami Hare.
नरसिंह भगवान की जय प्रहलाद की जय
Jai.
That's our Paramahamala obeisances to all the Samal Vaishnavas. Vancha
Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo.
वैष्णविंद की जय ग्रंथ
Jai.
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्रील
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.